Greetings to all black people all around the world, and also to my brothers and sisters at the Third Exodus Assembly in Trinidad and Tobago and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's really a joy and pleasure to greet all black people around the world to address the subject of emancipation and freeing of their minds, and to show them of their true spirituality and their true identity and what was stolen from us through slavery. Now, if you look around and you learn to think more openly, and you learn to listen to others even though you may disagree, and investigate for your own self, you would realize that you would discover a lot of things that you would realize that you've been living in this world all along and you didn't realize those simple things. Because really and truly the infinite hides itself or himself, whichever way you want to put it, in simplicity, and reveal itself or himself in simplicity. Okay? Now, experience is our greatest teacher along with nature. So I want to now invite you to a closer look to nature. Now, you would know that black people are the closest people to the S-U-N. And without the S-U-N, there is no life. And the S-U-N, it nurtures, it redeems, it renews, it actually do everything that is actually spoken about in the Bible. The S-U-N is actually fulfilling all of that. And the things that we eat, they all come from nature, and the very food that we eat is actually us, because the body have to assimilate all of that, and the blood have to take it and transport it all around our bodies and so on, and give us health and strength. So we have no life also without the food we eat, and you cannot survive without the food, without food and water. You cannot survive, I should say, you cannot survive for too long without like food and water, and it all comes from the sun. Now, because of my ambition from a very young age to discover who I am and who God is for myself, and I started that journey since I was around 17 years of age, where I first had my first mystical experience, where I was given the coat of many colors, and that's why I come to know that the coat of many colors is actually the rainbow, and that was actually my Joseph experience. And I've grown to this age here, and come to know that the Bible actually have no reference to anyone that ever existed 1,000 years ago, or any event that have ever took place upon earth. But that the Bible addresses the human mind, and it is not secular history. and it must be interpreted psychologically. And in Galatians 4:24 it tells you that it is an allegory. So right there and there, you know that the story of Jesus Christ is also an allegory. Story of Abraham is also an allegory. Because Jesus Christ came to the same lineage. And I want to say to you that Jesus Christ is real and truly a personification of your own human imagination. And I want to show you now that without the imagination, there wasn't anything made that was made. And everything in this world had to be first imagined. Everything in this world had to first be a thought. And I want to show you how your human imagination parallels the sun. Without your human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And without the sun, there is no life. It's basically doing and saying the same thing. And that is why when I had my greatest experience, when I come into the age of 45, which is 4 and 5, which is 9, which is the highest power, which is the 9th power, which there is no number higher than 9. You start counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A 10 is just a 1 and a 0. A 11 is just a 1 and a 1, and so on. So basically 9 is the highest number. And when I awake within myself, after the great shaking or the great reverberating or the great earthquake, which is an earthquake within and not an earthquake without, and I ascended as a fiery being in a serpentine manner, and I heard the unearthly wind, and I had a supernatural ability or supernatural sense to know how to exit the skull, and I came out of my skull in another form and became invisible. And then I became also magnetic, and so it allowed me now to understand magnetism and electricity and the sun, as in the sun. And that's how I come to discover the whole mystery that you can never know intellectually, that you must know only by experience, is the mystery of the sun in the son. And that when you experience it, you will realize it is the dawning of a new day. And whatever you can imagine, you can actually manifest. And that your own human imagination is the creator. And that God is your own human imagination. And that the eternal body of man is the human imagination. And that your imagination is the invisible man, the immortal man. And that we are eternal beings having a human experience. And that they use Christianity and all religion in general to indoctrinate you and to keep you into a state of perpetual slavery. And that when we look around, those who are afraid of the sun, because while the sun makes us more healthy and strong, the sun is causing sickness to another set of people, giving them skin cancer and so on and all of these things. And we've been born in the tropics and we're born closer to the sun. And really and truly, you would come to realize that black people wasn't made to live in winter and snow, you know. We were supposed to live in the tropics. And that's why also I want to encourage my black brothers and sisters all around the world, especially those in America, to visit the tropics. Come and get some sunlight. You need more sunlight. And that's why my brothers and my sisters in the tropics are assembling the long dress and the long sleeve shirt and so on. My friend, is to keep you away from the sun. Yes. And my black brothers and sisters who are bleaching out their skin and putting an umbrella over their head, running from the sun. The only people that run from the sun is vampires, living dead. Those are the ones who are afraid of the sun. Only the white people who are really and truly afraid of the sun, they can't take too much of the sun, but we can. So, my brother and my sister, the point I want to get across to you that the greatest mystery that you will never get to know intellectually, it must be experienced. You realize that there's a sun above you, there's a sun in you, and there's a sun beneath you. And when you speak about hellfire, it is the Kundalini fire that you can able to tolerate or bear that the white people can't, because it can burn them up. And that your pineal gland was given to enlighten you to come to your highest self and to come to higher states of consciousness, and that Jesus Christ is the highest state of consciousness that you will come to. So they didn't want you to come to your awakening. They didn't want you to come to a higher level of frequency and vibration. So we are the people of the sun, and they try to make you believe that you are pagan in telling you about sun god and sun worship and all of these things to get you to worship a white S-O-N. So to my brothers and my sisters all around the world, wake up black people and stop worshiping the S-O-N, because if there was an actual S-O-N, that same S-O-N had to look to the S-U-N, and he had to eat all of the food that come from the S-U-N. And also, that's why we need to eat more vegetables and fruits in our diet and stop eating so much of the supermarket shelves and eat more alkaline diet and more electrical diet, more electrical food with the chlorophyll in it, because the chlorophyll in the plant is just one magnesium away from our blood. So let us stay close to nature, let us get back to nature, and let us believe in ourselves, because to believe in nature is to believe in our own black selves, is to believe in our black DNA. And if you listen to my other videos, you will hear me speak about the black being, the black extraterrestrial being that came to me with a mark right under the eye, and my experience when I was 30 years of age, where I met the pillar of fire, and the man that came up from the pillar of fire was a black man. And I know we are the only people can actually live in the sun, and we are actually the children of the sun, at the S-U-N. I think I've gotten my message across, and I want to end here by saying, always look within yourself, always believe in yourself, always fulfill Luke 17:21, which says, do not let anyone point you to look outside of yourself by saying, lo, he's there, lo, he's there, for the kingdom of God is within you. Okay, so look within, my brothers, my sisters, and believe in yourself. With that being said, follow your intuition and like or dislike or comment or subscribe. And I will encourage you to always read my descriptions, because there's a lot of stuff I normally put there. I try my best to put more stuff there, because I will not be able to cover everything by these short videos. Okay? And if there's anything you would like me to speak on, you can suggest it also. So with that being said, peace, I'm out.